My name's Connie Morgan, and we're here today at Glow Neon. It's my neon shop where I make neon art and signs. So when I was a kid, I had my own little artist business. My mom and dad used to joke and call me Grandma Moses. She was an artist, so she became an artist when she was really old. And I would make these drawings that my mom and dad would say they look like Grandma Moses drawings. And my dad would buy cards from me and I would draw on them and do poetry for my mom as like a birthday present or Mother's Day or something. And that's kind of where I started at. But I went to a neon art show at the Museum of the Rockies in Bozeman, Montana when I was 17, and that's what inspired me to do neon. The best piece of advice I've been given was probably by my dad to basically mind your own business. Just keep yourself focused on yourself and not other people, and you'll have a lot less problems and a lot less worries in your life. So I would say minding my own business is it's hard to do as a human being sometimes, but I try to just keep my head down and keep myself focused on what I have to do and not what others are doing. Man, there's a lot of people who inspire my work. There's a lot of, with social media, I've been able to reach out to a lot of different neon people. It's really opened up my world to who all is out there doing it. And I would say, I have to say the first person who influences me is a friend of mine that I worked with in Seattle, Kelsey Fernkoff. He's a neon artist. Kelsey makes bending glass look so easy, and it's not easy, but he's a phenomenal neon artist. My friend Cameron Clow from Vancouver, British Columbia, he's a sign maker, he's an artist, but Cameron just toes the line when it comes to like putting out quality work. He makes these really awesome videos on social media that he kind of told me that he makes them for people like me. He said I inspired him to make these videos because I ask him a lot of questions. And so he makes these tiny little videos, and they help me, and it helps me bring my glass up to a better standard than I think I've ever done before. So those are two people who inspire me for sure. My favorite part of it is bending the glass because it's the hardest thing to do. It's very difficult to get good at it. I kind of consider myself, I've been doing it I think for 26 years now, but I still consider myself to be mediocre at it. That's where the challenge is making a good product, making it clean, making it as simple as possible. Yeah, I think the bending of the glass is probably my favorite part, and the processing of the glass is my least favorite. Still makes me nervous. It's a lot of electricity. Making a piece of neon, I take a, this is kind of shortened up, but it's a hollow tube that's a certain thickness. There's different diameters. We do it all in millimeters. So this is a 12 millimeter stick of glass. And they all come straight, and then we put it in fires that get up to like 2,200 to 3,000 degrees. And that's what bends the glass. These days, glass doesn't contain lead in it anymore. When I first started, glass had lead, and it made it more pliable, and you didn't need as high of a heat to bend it. But now you have to have really hot fires to bend it. So I use patterns to bend my glass, and part of the challenge is figuring out where to start on my pattern and where I'm not going to get myself tangled up or run into myself with the glass. Once I get something, this isn't all the way bent up, but once I get something bent up, it has these electrodes on the end, and there's one on each end of the glass, and then I hook it up to my bombarder. And that's the process of where you hook it up and it sucks it under a vacuum and it sucks out all the impurities, and you heat the glass up to about 500 degrees. And it puts it under a vacuum, cleans out the tube. And then once it's cooled down, that's when you put the argon or neon inside of it. Argon gas takes mercury for it to illuminate. Neon gas conducts electricity better than argon does, so argon needs a helper. And they discovered, I don't know who discovered it or how many years ago, but it needs mercury for it to brighten up. And then once that process is done, I take it off of the bombarder and hook it up and burn it in and piece it all together and make whatever creation I'm making at the moment. I believe that art is important because I don't think we would have, you wouldn't have anything in the world without art. You wouldn't have cars without an artist. You wouldn't have buildings without an artist. Art is just, I think, the foundation for life. Without it, life would be very boring. And I don't think we would be as advanced as a civilization if it wasn't for art.